Hello lovelies. Let's talk about that one glance that changed everything. You know when two people lock eyes, and for some reason, it feels like the whole world just pauses. That's what happened between Sonia and Maurice. It wasn't planned, it wasn't dramatic, it was just real. The way their eyes met looked like they were speaking without words. No lines, no cues, just connection. It's that kind of moment your body reacts to before your mind even understands what's happening. Fans called it the glance that said too much, and honestly, they are right. Because you can't fake that kind of silence, it holds too much emotion. Do you think that was just a coincidence or a hidden message between them? Whatever it was, that single look might have revealed more than an entire interview could. Sometimes, one quiet moment can change how we see everything. Let's be honest, acting is meant to create emotion, but sometimes, it becomes too real. Watching Sonia and Maurice on set, you can tell they've crossed that fine line between performance and genuine connection. Their laughter lasts longer, their eyes linger, and even the pauses feel meaningful. That's not just skill, that's chemistry. It's almost like they forget the cameras exist. Maybe it started as co-stars simply doing their job, but over time, something warmer grew between them. You can see it in how they move, how they listen to each other, and how silence between them feels peaceful, not awkward. Isn't it interesting how feelings can sneak in quietly when you least expect them? Maybe love doesn't always arrive loudly, sometimes, it walks in softly, between takes, between lines, and between heartbeats. And honestly, that's where the most beautiful stories begin. It's funny how the smallest moment can cause the biggest reaction. That short clip of Sonia brushing her hair behind her ear while Maurice smiled wasn't even dramatic, but it shook the internet. People couldn't explain why it felt so real, but it did. It wasn't about what they did, but how they did it. It felt natural, effortless, like two people sharing a private moment the world accidentally caught. Fans replayed it over and over, not because of the action, but because of the feeling. You can't script that kind of energy, it just happens. Maybe it's love, maybe it's deep friendship, but whatever it is, it looks genuine. Isn't that what makes moments like this powerful? When something on set feels louder than dialogue. That tiny clip became proof that sometimes, truth hides in the most ordinary gestures. You can always tell when laughter means more than it seems. With Sonia and Maurice, it's not just jokes, it's connection. Watch closely, and you'll notice Maurice always looks at Sonia first before laughing, almost like he wants to see her smile before he reacts. That's not acting, that's instinct. And Sonia's laughter. It's not the loud, camera-perfect laugh. It's softer, warmer, the kind that comes from comfort. Those little details show that their bond goes beyond what's written in the script. It's in the glances, the tone, and the small pauses between laughter. You can't direct that, it comes naturally. So maybe what we are seeing isn't just a movie friendship, maybe it's two hearts enjoying the same rhythm. Because sometimes, the sweetest love stories aren't in the big scenes but in the quiet laughter we almost overlook. Not every emotion needs a voice, sometimes, silence tells the whole story. That moment when Sonia looked down and Maurice smiled faintly was one of those rare pauses that felt alive. You could feel something deep pass between them, something even the script couldn't capture. That silence wasn't empty, it was full of thoughts, feelings, and unspoken truth. If you've ever been in love, you know that kind of quiet. It's the silence that feels safe but intense at the same time. Maybe that's why people can't stop replaying that moment, it didn't need music or dialogue, it spoke for itself. Could it be that what we witnessed wasn't acting, but a genuine emotional exchange? That pause might have revealed everything they've been trying to hide. While everyone focused on the main scene, the real story was happening in the background. A crew member was caught whispering, "They're doing it again," and smiled knowingly. That one comment said a lot. It means people who see them every day, off camera, have noticed something different, something consistent. Maybe it's the small gestures, the way they unconsciously mirror each other, or how Maurice's calm face changes whenever Sonia laughs. You can try to act normal, but genuine emotion always finds a way to show. Even when they try to stay professional, those small reactions expose the truth. And that's what makes this story so fascinating. It's not just what they say, it's what their expressions reveal. You can hide feelings from the world, but you can't hide them from people who see you daily. Maybe the crew knows more than they let on. It's safe to say the internet is now part of their story. Every new video, photo, or interview gets analyzed like a love mystery. Fans zoom into screenshots, match their outfits, and even compare their interviews for hidden hints. It's become an obsession, but a sweet one. Because people aren't just curious, they're emotionally invested. They see two people who look real, not rehearsed. Maybe it's because everyone wants to believe love can still exist, even in a world of acting and fame. The internet has basically turned into their third wheel, watching, guessing, and sometimes even protecting them. It's funny how the world can turn a private bond into a public fairy tale. But maybe that's the price of chemistry that feels this real. Everyone wants to be part of it. Chemistry isn't something you can plan or practice, it just happens. And with Sonia and Maurice, it's written all over their body language. The way Sonia relaxes around him, how Maurice instinctively leans closer, it's like their comfort level speaks louder than their words. You can rehearse lines, but you can't fake natural rhythm. That's what sets them apart. Their connection doesn't feel forced, it flows like they've known each other far longer than they admit. And maybe that's what people are feeling, the authenticity. It's not about romance alone, it's about energy, trust, and presence. Do you think chemistry like that can exist without real emotion behind it? Because when two people fit naturally, even silence between them feels like music. Sometimes, you can read everything you need to know in a smile. Maurice's smile when Sonia walks in, it's quiet but meaningful. It's not for the camera, it's for her. That kind of smile tells a story without needing words. You can see how his face softens, how Sonia tries not to react but ends up blushing anyway. It's so subtle yet so powerful. Fans noticed, and honestly, it's hard not to. That's the thing about emotions, they sneak out through the smallest gestures. Could that smile be his way of saying what he can't admit out loud? Or maybe it's the kind of happiness that can't be hidden no matter how hard he tries. Either way, one thing's clear, smiles like that don't lie. The line between acting and reality feels completely blurred. Sonia and Maurice may have started as co-stars, but the connection we see now feels deeper. Their energy, their comfort, even their silence, everything looks unscripted. Maybe what started as acting slowly turned into something real, something neither of them planned. And that's the beauty of it, love doesn't always announce itself, it sometimes hides behind shared jokes and accidental glances. Fans keep asking, are they real or just acting? But maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe what we are seeing isn't performance at all, maybe it's two people caught between fiction and truth. And honestly, that's the kind of story you don't just watch, you feel it. So guys, thanks for listening. Bye.